Hey everybody, happy Tuesday. Hope you're doing well today. Welcome to today's video. On today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys some body image tips and why body image is important. So if you guys are watching live with me this morning, please say hello so I can say hi back to you. And then if you're watching on the replay, just hashtag replay and I'll make sure I come back on after and say hi to you then. So before we get started, you guys, if you guys are ready, good morning. Having some technical difficulties today. My internet was super slow, so I had to switch over to my other internet. So I'm just going to make sure that I'm on here with you guys. So if you are, well, good morning. Hello. Welcome to, what day is it today? Tuesday. So I hope you guys are doing well today. In today's video, I wanted to chat to you guys on a little topic about why body image is important. And so before we get started, I wanted to just quickly tell you guys, if you guys are watching this on Facebook this morning, I would encourage you to head on over to YouTube, hit the subscribe button and the bell to receive notifications for each time that I come live, which is Monday to Friday around 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. On my channel, you will find all things to do with my self-love at any size method, which is just really empowering women to find that self-love at any size through different practices like our body image, our self-care, mindful eating, mindful movement, all these awesome things in your journey to self-love, self-acceptance, self-respect, all those awesome things. So I'm going to make sure that I am live here with you guys. Oh, why am I not live yet? I think I'm live. We're going to keep, am I live? Yeah, it says I'm live. It might just not be coming up yet. Okay, so I'm now kind of all frazzled because my video wasn't working. I don't see my video coming on yet. So let me know if you guys can see me. Where is it here? I don't see me still. Ugh. I don't know, you guys. All right, we're just gonna keep on going here. Anyway, so let's get into it. Let's get into our topic today, which is body image and why it's important. So body image is your relationship with your body. It encompasses issues like your thoughts, your feelings, your perceptions, as well as actions pertaining to your physical appearance. So our body image is really multifaceted and complex. And so as we begin this little chat today, I wanted to share with you guys first a couple statistics that really stood out to me. And so the first one is that 80% of 10-year-olds are afraid of being fat. And so there's so much fear upon, being in a body of a larger size. And so that really makes my heart sad. And then the next statistic is that 90% of teenage girls are unhappy with their bodies. So it starts so young, you guys. And if you're anything like me, your body image started to be affected at a really young age, before even teenage years. And so really such a rooted, deep kind of passion of mine is to help women to start to see themselves for who they really are and start to embrace and accept and respect their bodies at whatever size they are. So yes, I really, my passion is to help other women, but I also see the benefit in, as women are helping themselves to kind of rediscover themselves and their body image and improve their self-esteem and their confidence, that this is going to be kind of like trickle down into our kids and, the people we surround ourselves with, and girls, even if you aren't a parent, your confidence and your self-love and the inner healing that you're doing is going to, help those girls or those kids that maybe have that negative body image at such a young age to have someone that they can look up to and say, hey, they can do that, so I can do this. Like, they can love their bodies at whatever size they are, so I need to do the same, or I'm going to try and be more like that person. So I think it's a really cool, that statistic's really sad that 90% of girls feel that way, but the cool part is that we're doing the work to try and change that, right? My video still isn't coming up on Facebook. That drives me crazy. Anyway, Okay, and then the last statistic I had that I wanted to share with you guys. Oh, someone says good morning. I see somebody there. Hello, whoever this is, Facebook user. I'm glad you can see me because I can't see me. But anyway, my last statistic I wanted to share with you guys before we move into some more stuff is that the interesting part is that most fashion models, so models who you see in magazines or clothing models, stuff like that, that most fashion models are thinner than 98% of American women. So when you think of who you see in clothing ads, in clothing catalogs and magazines, in online, clothing, stuff like that, 98%, the models are 98% thinner than most American women. So I think that statistic would align very much with Canadian women too. But I thought that was crazy that the people who we see the most in either social media or magazines or clothing ads are 98% thinner than most of us. So that's just insane. So what we're going to be talking about is I want you guys to think about some things on how to discover your views on body image. So I want you to ask yourself a couple questions. So the first question is do you avoid particular activities or situations because you feel physically self-conscious? So these would be things like, you don't go to the swimming pool with your kids, you don't go to the beach with your kids, or if you do, you just sit there all covered up because you feel self-conscious. I know I used to be that person. I've always tried to not be that person, but part of me always felt self-conscious of like, yes, I kind of allowed myself to step out of comfort zones, and I feel like my kids probably didn't notice how uncomfortable I felt. But over time, I've just allowed myself to be more comfortable with, just wearing that bathing suit and not covering myself up. Like if I, was going swimming and then came back to the beach, I would just let myself be with my arms out, where before I would have covered up right away. So just little things that you can notice that way. So if you avoid those activities or situations because you feel physically self-conscious, then your body image might need some work. And then another question for you to think about is there aspects of your physical appearance that you really dislike? So are there parts of yourself that you really look at with either disgust or hate or anything like that? I know I still have days that I feel like that, but I feel like I've done a lot of healing and found some really cool ways that have helped me to have more acceptance for all parts of my body. And then another question you can ask yourself. Yes, it took me 60 years. I know, right? It takes so long. Like, I wish we could figure it out sooner, right? The next question is that do you spend a great deal of time worrying about what others think of your appearance? So do you spend a lot of time thinking, oh, if someone sees me like this, or if someone sees me in this, dress or shirt or whatever it is, that you kind of have that kind of really kind of inhibition of like, I don't want other people to see me like this, because you're worrying about what others are going to think about you. So if you kind of answered yes to that question, that's another good indication that you may need some body image work. And then another question for you to ask yourself is how important are looks to you in determining your self-worth? So do you feel like you can only be worthy at a certain size? I know that is something I used to be, and I worked really hard to not be that way. I used to think that the only way I could be worthy of love or friendship or relationships or acceptance from people is if I looked a certain way, which meant I was a certain size. And so if you've answered yes to those questions, then that's another really big indication that your body image could use some improvement. And then my last question for you guys is, do your feelings about the way you look often get in the way of accepting yourself and enjoying your life? And that is a huge one. I feel like once you can start to improve your body image and your self-esteem, so many things fall into place. Your confidence is better, which means you're, maybe doing things you never thought you could do. Maybe you're going to find your soul's purpose or your life's purpose in that journey of finding yourself and loving yourself and accepting your body and enjoying your life. Life might be so much more amazing once you can accept and improve your body image. So if you answered yes to that question, on that you feel that your feelings get in the way of you accepting yourself and enjoying your life because you just have that either self-hate or self-loathing or that just disgust of yourself, right? It's a horrible word to say, disgust, but I feel like I know I used to feel that way about my body. And it's so amazing what starts to happen when you start to do that work and start to accept your body and respect your body and all those awesome things. So when you think about the answers to those questions for yourself, these questions are personal, right? But they really help you to get a sense of where you stand in terms of your body image. And so I want to discuss for a moment on just why body image is so important and why you should really pay attention to it. It's a really big part of, how we show up for life. And I feel like if we, it's often something that you don't really pay attention to or even think that you need to work on. And so body image is much like self-esteem, right? And your confidence. It's the way that you view yourself, and it impacts the amount of confidence you have. So if the above questions kind of demonstrated the way a person may shy away from certain activities with other people because they are worried about what others may think and say, then that's a really good indication that this is an area of your life that could need some nurturing, right? So if any of those things kind of resonated with you and you'd be like, yeah, I feel that way, like you're talking to me, then I just wanted to share a couple ways that you can start to change your body image and improve it. And so the first way, I believe, is mindset. Mindset is huge when we're talking about transforming the way that we think about ourselves, is our mind, right? Our minds can be nasty little things when it comes to our body image, because if your mind is constantly feeding your thoughts and your feelings and your actions these thoughts of like, you're not good enough, you're not worthy, you're fat, you're ugly, you're huge, like whatever it is that those thoughts are being fed from your mind to your actions, then mindset is a really great place to start. And I know mindset work can seem so broad because mindset can be applied to so many different areas of our life. But I have developed Magic Mindset 7 within my signature program, where we really take a deep dive into changing that mindset and working on those steps. And really, mindset work is something that you have to be consistent with, just like any other practice that we do or any other change we want to make in our life. Consistency has to be a big part of it, right? So mindset work is very important. And so that is some things that you can think about as moving forward. Which mindset can be a form of like positive self-talk. So starting to change the way that you speak to yourself. So anytime those negative thoughts creep in, trying to reverse that thought with more of a positive thought, which, yes, I know it's not always easy, and that inner critic voice can often be overpowering, but it's just something to always be thinking about in your subconscious mind of, trying to always be switching that negative voice into more of a positive one. And then the next way that we can start to improve our body image is by taking care of yourself. So trying to really balance the 6 areas of self-care and really taking care of all those different areas of your life, whether it be your social self-care, your emotional, your mental, your physical, your spiritual, all these different areas, really creating that routine around taking care of yourself, which I do have a Magic Minutes method where I help you to develop that self-care routine in as little as like 12 minutes a day that you can nourish all 6 key areas of our self-care. You can find that in my guide section of my group, which I will link to here in a minute. But the last couple ways that you can start to improve your body image is to two things, is to first of all narrow your social media view. So social media can be super toxic and super negative, and you can become consumed by all of the images that you see, and that will reflect in how you feel about yourself. So really narrowing down your social media view to only things that make you feel good. So if you come across a post or an ad taking that time to either, say, I don't want to see this, like, because Facebook has it so you can click the little dot and say, I don't want to see this. So those type of ads will eventually start to disappear from your feed. And then another way is to really find communities online that really help you to feel empowered, inspired, motivated, worthy, all those things, right? Because if you have those communities, then that's going to be what you see on your social media, is those positive, either communities or positive people. So finding like body positive people online and following them if you're on Instagram, and really just taking away the possibility of, having your social media experience be that negative one, that you leave that experience feeling worse about yourself. And that can really change the way that your day ends up going, right? So, So anyway, that was what I wanted to chat to you guys about today. I hope that was helpful. If you're looking to further your your body image work, if you need some help with that, there's a couple different ways you can access some help from me. The first way is to join my community. I have that community called Imperfectly Perfect You. Finding self-love at any size. And so this community is really that safe space and empowering and inspiring and motivating space to make you feel like you are worthy, that you are enough, and just giving you all these different tools and ways that you can start to think about yourself in that more positive way. So this group is free. Follow the link in the description of the video or type in imperfectlyperfectyou.ca and you'll be able to be taken to the group where you can just ask to join. So if you're not in there already, we would love to welcome you into that space. And then if you want some further work with that and you need some help more on a personal level, I have my program, The Self-Love Revolution with Martina, which is helping women to transform the way that they see themselves. We go on a journey from possibly self-hate to self-acceptance, finally self-love, which really starts to help to not only transform your own feelings about yourself, but really it's going to transform everything about your life. It's going to help you to being a better role model for your kids by showing them that you can love your body at whatever size that it is. Finding that self-care routine that really changes the way that you live, right? Taking care of all those different parts of your life and your self-care. We talk about mindful eating and mindful movement. So you have a full access to a yoga library and meditation library in there. And just so much more. And it's a life coaching program that you get me as your coach for life, and you get access to the program for life. And there's just so much more amazing things in there. But if you want to start, transforming the way that you view yourself, start to accept and respect your body, then this program is for you. And I really love to connect this back to our kids and our families, of just really being that person that does the inner healing work. So your kids are going to also benefit from that healing as well, and your spouse and everything, because really self-love is the root of everything that we are. And so once we have that kind of, that we're working on that, then all these other areas are going to become more, nurtured, right? More positive, more just better, right? So if you want to learn more about that program, the link is in the description, or you can just message me the word self-love and I'm happy to talk to you about it. I have plans as little as $27 a month for 12 payments. If you need something like that, I really refuse to let anyone feel like they are left behind in their self-love journey. And I want you to feel like you have a space to do that inner healing and that personal growth. And I would love to be that person for you. So that's it, I think. The only other thing that I should tell you guys is I think that you should become a published author in 2022. I have a unique opportunity where I am calling in 21 women to be in a book collaboration with me. It's called Imperfectly Perfect, 22 Inspirational Stories of Self-Love and Self-Discovery. So if you have a story you want to share, whether it be about, a self-love journey, discovering who you are, maybe you have overcome a lot of struggles in your life, this can really be any person's story, because we all have journeys of either self-discovery or finding ourselves, or just things that we have overcome in our lives, that really, when we share our story, that we are benefiting other people by letting them hear our stories and maybe not feel so alone, and maybe feel like, hey, that person overcame that super challenging time in their life. There's hope for me. Or, it's amazing how stories can transform and inspire and motivate those around you. So this is really the motivation behind doing this book collaboration, is I just really wanted to put out these stories into the world and help you become a published author in 2022. So there are spots left, but they are filling up fast. So if you guys want to take advantage of this opportunity, please just message me, or you can follow the link in the description and check out all that is going to be offered within the collaboration. And that's all. So I hope you guys have the best day. Thanks for tuning in. Sorry about the glitchiness with my video today. I still don't know if I'm live on my Facebook, but I think I am in one group for sure. But anyway, I hope you guys have the best day, and we'll see you tomorrow.